It is super early. I'm outside the quail tits right now. Just got some coffee and some yogurt. I'm heading back down to Sean's for day 2. We went super hard yesterday. It was a long, hard working day. Today is a day of a lot of welding. Here we go.
Holy fucking shit, Jesus!
Yo, look at that guy. Alteza wagon. Ooh, man, we got a dope spot right now. SDHQ. It's an off-road superstore.
Ford F-150 Lightning, dude.
What? Oh, yeah.
It's like,
That Jeep is nasty. That thing's a rocket ship right there. How long has this place been around? Forever?
yeah, as long as I've ever known. It used to be like off Valiant down the road a little ways, and then just moved into this maybe a year ago.
Yeah. Look at this. This place is dope, dude. We're gonna have to do a little shopping.
Look at this pie cut kit.
What? We are setting up the bump stops right now, trying to figure out how to take the nitrogen out of the bump stops so we can set the height up on it. We need to decompress one of them at least and go from there. I'll show you what we've got done so far on one side. So all the electrical, had to tear the fuse box apart, pull all the electrical out of this side. Most of it's wrapped up there, the ECMs and all that stuff, or whatever the hell they are. I don't know that much about it, but this guy's tacked. Now, we moved these brake lines. We had to spread them because the bump stop is going to sit pretty much like this. Which, man, that shit is all in the goddamn way. It'll be sitting more like, I guess, like this, actually. Compressed right here. Here's the kit. She's nasty. We still got to plate the frame. All that's got to be welded in. All their plating's got to be done. Sean's going to draw some stuff up in 360 Fusion to mount this guy. We're going to plate it in real nice, and then we got to build a brace over the top, relocate my fuse box, do a bunch of wild shit like that, and then keep moving. We're going to keep moving.
Locate where that bump can is going to be. And then we can maybe even take another triangle measurement like off the back. And in theory, that would give us the location of that bump can, I think. Right?
Yeah. Sounds good to me. We can get in the general vicinity, then we can just cut and weld as we need to.
Yeah, we'll have some play to go like this.
Yeah.
You know. We could also take a reference of this angle here with an angle gauge and this angle, and that'll just be more information we can plug in. Then we could probably do it with one triangle. Okay, so if that's our 0, our bump can here, take a little look from the front, Ryan, see if does that angle look pretty perpendicular to this.
Looks like it needs to come up in the back a bit. Yep. Looks like she'd be hitting straight on pretty much.
Okay, what's that reading there? 58?
Bunch of shit.
57.9?
57, yeah. 57 and a half.
Okay. So this plane is 0. Right here, this is our 0. This angle here is going to be 58, and then we just need like that measurement, and I'll be able to go into Fusion and locate that tube, and then we can draw our brackets on there and kind of mess with it on there, as opposed to like sitting here with cardboard trying to figure it all out, scissors, cutting, and we can make it happen in there. So
The old laser cutter, eh?
yep, let's get this kind of held about where you want it, and then let me take 2 measurements off here that we can use. It'd be important to probably keep that on there, that way we can make sure we're still around our 58. It's got to come up from this point to, let's call it 6.5, and then the lower end, it's maybe about, can you move your ring finger? Like 4 3/4. 6.5. 4.5. We need one more thing, which will be distance between where I reference those measurements. Call it 5 for now. Okay. Where is the bump can, just so we can kind of take a couple measurements off it real quick?
Sure.
Okay, beautiful. So we know that this thing is 2.3. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create an offset off of this, and I'm going to go 2.3, but I need half that distance. So you can put math right into Fusion, so I'm going to divide that by 2. That's the center line of our bump can. This will be the back edge, and then I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm going to create a pipe right here, and this section we want this to be 2.3. Okay, so
Big old pipe.
I kind of got like our turbo pipes in here about sort of where they need to go. We can adjust them if we need. And then this is our angle of our bump can, and we need to build tabs from here to here. So
Looks like it's going to clear the turbo at least.
yeah, the biggest thing we got to worry about on our turbo end is where we incorporate our cross brace strut coming over.
Yeah.
So this might get in the way for that. This might be pretty tight once we start.
If you
building
ran
here.
the mount up high though for the cross brace and kind of went up over the top of that.
Connecting multiple points on Fusion can be a tricky endeavor. So now we have a plane we can sketch on which is basically the backside of this bump can. And then I also want to construct an offset plane off this plane and bring it back a little, because I want to grab this bump can a little bit further up. We're gonna have a problem though. So if you look at this, it's kind of hard to show, but it's not a flat piece of metal that has like bend in it the way that it's showing. So really we have to put a line somewhere. We need like a midpoint that we can bend across, because you can build sheet metal that way, but really what we want to do is we want to have our shock tower, our point here, one bend line somewhere, and 2 like triangles.
Yeah, give me a nice panorama.
Alright, it's still kind of in its early stages here. The bump can is longer than this. These are just where my reference lines are, so it'll stick out the top and the bottom. And we'll have some adjustability on our height, but that should be about the right angle. And then we can come back here, and wherever we need to, we should be able to pop tabs on here and drop our cross member bolt-on deal in anywhere on the back of that. And then if
some holes, you got flat spots for the holes to go through, or you just gonna tab off the top of it?
I'm gonna tab off the top with a separate tab.
Okay.
And then this should be our turbo pipes, just like that, somewhat. So
Yeah,
you
we
should
maybe
have-
even could cut them tabs we have for it already, cut the ears off of them and just tab right off the back like that.
Yeah, fortunately I have a tab cutting machine right here, so we'll be able to custom cut whatever tab we could possibly need
Yes.
in the blink of an eye. Kruesi hasn't experienced that.
No, I
luxury
do
yet.
it old school.
He does it with a fucking pen and paper.
Pen, paper, Sharpie, and a
Drill.
goddamn drill and a saw.
But yeah, we can come box this bottom in too with a piece. The only issue with this model is I can follow sheet metal rules on this, but I might be able to convert this to sheet metal. Let's see here. That's about how we're looking. There's not a whole lot of grab on the back of the shock tower, but we'll have to just kind of do what we saw where they reinforced on the front, maybe.
Yeah.
That extra strength from that.
Run some tube down or something eventually.
Yeah. Real life, you know? It's one thing to draw it on a computer, but let's see if we can build it.
Rip it out. Let's go.
All right.
Let's see how good you are, Sean. It's
All
the
right,
test.
We're going to find out right now.
Today is the test.
Okay. Body 7. Let's isolate this.
Is this a Nog Champa stick right here?
It's some incense. Is that what you call that?
Nog Champa?
When I run my...
Nog Champa is a type of incest.
So
Incest.
You see that fucking cover right there in the floor? That's a septic tank. And
Oh,
whenever
wow.
I run the washer dryer, that thing fills up with water at a rate where a lot of stink comes out.
Yeah.
So I gotta burn some incense on those days.
All right, fair enough. Little Nog Champa there.
It's gonna be really hard to measure the stop. Oh, fuck.
Where'd you get the finger adjuster up there?
It's 3D printed, but it's from Swag Off Road, so you could 3D print one if you wanted.
Oh.
There's a little magnet in there, and she just... Alright. Yeah, give it a go. Let's see what we can get here. Normally I throw a angle gauge on. What did I say, 26?
Well, I don't know. Wasn't listening.
I said 26.
I know there were some numbers being rambled off from over there, but I was pulling some bolts out of things. And
So half of 26 would be 13. When we read 13 on that.
nope.
It's not bending how we want it to bend. This might be a problem.
Oh, you passed her.
Yeah, it's not bending evenly.
Ripple?
But it is pretty generally what we're going for. That's just a little...
Hammer. Hammer, you got an anvil, right? Inside.
About like that. And then where's the bump can?
Right by you. Left.
So
Perfect.
let's cut another one, see how that looks. Then we'll build our little back cap plate. And then we can just tack all this shit on, dude, and we're on our way to fucking old bump stopville.
I don't want to do that by hand. Those things have been on there for eons and they look pretty rusty. I think they were on there when I bought the truck, actually, and I've had it for quite a few years.
Hit them things with some WD.
Oh, where's the WW? I think I've seen it. Yeah, we are so close to having this thing on some tires, at least. That doesn't mean it's close to being done whatsoever, but close to being on tires is nice. I'm going to rip some hubs apart and put them on and maybe see what a tire looks like.
Check out what we made. We'll plate it in bump can holder. Let's see how she lines up, huh?
This looks nice.
Looks like we know what we're doing, but let's see if it works like we know what we're doing. pretty close. Pressure is high.
Still got a little bit of pressure in it.
I think that's from...
Keep it off that brake line.
All right there.
Just got any gap at all? Yep.
It definitely does.
Well, it needs a little bit.
Something like that.
Yeah, I could probably bend that out a little bit too.
Tightened in here. Bend what out?
The brake line. I keep looking.
Oh, a little scotch.
Yeah. Dial. Sit, run it. Burner in or what?
Look at that. I'm gonna put 2 more tacks on it and just double check it once more with this pinched and fit nice, and then see how this is clocked a little wrong. Bust it off and just
turn that way just a little bit.
Clock it like 2 or 3 degrees. We're really on the edge over here, but I don't think it's gonna be a problem. You know?
Yeah. It looks pretty solid. Eventually we could run a hoop off of here down to there.
Yep.
And even 1 would help, but 2 would be better. This side will probably be easy to run some hoops off of, but...
Yeah, the other side's pretty open up here too. But check that out, dude!
Styling.
We're there. That didn't take all day either, which lots of times this shit does.
Look at these bad mothers. The tie rods right here. These fancy knuckles. All CNC'd parts, straight down to the bolt. I'm finishing up the lower arm and spindle on this side. Gonna put the steering arms in, not attached. Just get all that stuff bolted up as much as possible while Sean is still making parts over here. All kinds of little goodies.
Built this part here. Looks halfway decent. Make a little piece that box in underneath, and then I will go over and I'll weld it all up. And we'll put it on the truck, and that'll be one side's bump stop mount complete. Which is a pretty good amount of progress for what, you know, like 2 hours?
Yeah.
Probably we spent on this. So
Thing looks beefy too.
not bad for 2 hours worth of work.
Let's go. Look at that. You see side to side right there? Right now at the hubs, I'm at like 15 and some change inches of travel. When the tires are on point to point, will probably be 17 or 18. Ridiculous. All that wiring's got to go. Fuse box has got to be redone. Gonna have to build a mount for that. This has got to be finished. We're gonna build. I think he's just chilling right now. Tack him up. Then we got to build a support that comes off of here, up and over the motor. Then we're gonna brace this thing too, also to somewhere. Don't really know where. That's a huge arm right there. But she's gonna be nasty. Look at that thing. Woo! It's all mock-up too. It's all gonna come back apart. All this stuff's gonna come apart. We're gonna paint it when it's all finally done, said and done. She's full droop right there. We'll probably strap it like an inch shorter. Ooh, let her eat. Well, that's it. It's a day. We're gonna call it a day. We might come in the morning, depending on if Sean gets his Christmas shopping done and all that good stuff.
I'm about to go do it right now.
Do what I'm supposed to do too. So, like, subscribe, stay posted, all that good shit, and we'll be back soon.
Here's a shitty train, I got no sun, there's only rain, I wanna crash, and I'm